Hey, good evening, YouTube. What is going on? Weston Nelson here with my friend and business partner, Trading Nichols. We're coming to you live to discuss some explosive updates in the DeFi realm, the Fantom ecosystem from the Crypto Cave. Tonight to talk about
Oh,
Taro.
Weston, you were. Oh, it's probably me. Am I playing the video? I'm so sorry.
No worries.
I'm
We're
finally
in
live,
some
but now we're
feedback.
live double.
Okay, good,
Okay,
good.
I found it. It's my fault. I'm sorry. I fixed it.
Um, yes, so we are going to talk about Taro, which is a brand new, incredible decentralized borrowing platform on the Fantom ecosystem. It's something that we're actually basing our tokenomics at the Crypto Cave off of. They did such a fantastic job with their liquidity generation event that Trader Nichols and I have been talking about for it seems like countless hours. And then just wanted to share some overall updates on the actual DeFi ecosystem. Touch on NFTs briefly too, because something big happened there with Andre Cronje and Fantom, and then just recap overall market stuff. And keep in mind, none of this, of course, is financial advice. If you're interested in crypto and trading, come join us in the Crypto Cave. We have a 7-day free trial. Um, where you don't even have to enter your credit card. So that's always a nice perk. Just come see if what we have to offer is helpful to you, community or the technology, the alerts, the bots, etc. And then, hopefully become a better trader. Anything that you would like to interest with Trading Nichols as well?
I spent a whole day learning DeFi outside of Phantom instead of making more money in Phantom. It's a good thing I'm invested. Weston's had his best day yet with Phantom, the ecosystem, and I looked elsewhere. Oops.
Well, I mean, it's hard. Well, can you expand on that for the for who's
Well,
watching us?
Taro, it's just doing so well, and it's something
Yeah.
that I guess I should have FOMO'd at some point. It would have worked out. That's all right.
Well, so speaking of, let's see. Want to make sure that you can hear and see me good. Let's take off the trades. Let's go. Let's have a look at this. Can you see that chart pretty good? That's live, by the way.
Yes,
Um,
yes. And
so
12 hours ago, we bust out of resistance, and in the last 4 hour candle, which I guess only has a little over an hour in it, we broke the previous all-time high for Taro. So
so this is a current price. Yeah,
doesn't have to.
this is. I mean, what we're watching right here is pretty remarkable. This is a 15-minute uh, intervals, and then this is the 7 EMA and the 21. We're clearly above that. Solid green candle closes. I mean, do you want to see another time frame? Or what
Once
do you
you
think
break
happened?
all-time high and you get going, it's a good thing to already be in it. Um, I remember with it was Scream that it was at $44 and it just shot up, and I was like, I better enter a pullback, and then it was like $60, and then it was 80, and then it was
Yeah,
120,
now
and
it's
it still had a
140.
small market gap. So I mean, this particular sector is just really hot right now. What can I say?
It is. It is. Well, I mean, Phantom itself is up 8% in the last hour too. So uh, I've kind of got the ecosystem. My favorites pinned here on the side, but I would add Liquid Driver. There's some NFT things going on that the Arshan or Artion is coming out, but then there's a game that Andre Cronje launched today, like stealth mode, and you're able to mint NFTs on FTM Scan. I don't know if you knew anything about this, but I got like 12 of them or something. It was just
I was
it's
looking
just going to
into the
change the
bowels
game.
of I was looking into the bowels of liquidity mining and found stuff that had to do with gaming, and I was like, these are tiny cap. There's barely enough liquidity for me to buy a few bucks of it. I was like, this is weird. I wonder if they're using one of those tokens or something else.
How do you mean for the NFT component that's going on with Fantom, or
Yeah, I mean, the last time I saw the word game when it came to Fantom, I was deep past the ones that you should be looking at because there's already so little liquidity that you shouldn't be messing with those. It could be potentially different dead projects, and below that, I found gaming. I'm just wondering if
okay?
that's something that they were getting ready and woke up, or if they used a more established project.
Well, so you said gaming. Now it has me thinking of there's Phantoms. So we're talking NFTs now.
Mm-hmm.
FANTUMS.com. That's the one in our community I posted. I said I renamed my Phantom. I don't know if you saw that, but like
I did.
to
I did.
yeah. So that was fun, and I think that's going to grow. That's their ticker is like FOO for their ecosystem of it. But then there's Paint Swap where they have an NFT marketplace. That's ticker Brush. Um, but I think the big thing that's happening is what it's called specifically is if you give me just a second here, I'll actually pull up what it's called. Uh, and there were like 200,000 transactions, I think, today for this specific uh, game that Andre Cronje built, or I don't know. I don't even know what to call it. Like a role playing game of stuff.
Because, like you said,
RPG.
it's not officially launched. Is it not officially launched? But they're just like hitting NFTs before they share what the game is, or
Rarity Manifest. Rarity Manifested. Uh, and I minted some like barbarian wizard tokens. I don't know. It's not my expertise. It's uh, but yeah, there's a whole. I mean, like I can show you if here I'll pull up my screen again. Uh, hopefully, oh no, that's. Can you see?
not seeing the shared screen yet? There it is. No
Okay,
problem.
so yeah, whatever this is, this rarity manifested. Look at. I mean, look at this. 5 seconds ago. 5 seconds ago. 5 seconds ago. This is going bonkers. It's been doing this all day, and this is the it's like a stealth launch of a game NFT thing or something like that, but you can interact with it. Do you want to see some? We should probably show some cool stuff so
No,
people know.
I was just laughing for a second. You guys, you have no idea how often I get DM'd something from like a scan for my dear friend Weston here. He's like, "Oh, look at this! Look at this!"
Like well, okay, yeah. Um, I'm trying to see. There was a way. Okay, so if you want to, so this is like someone created a UI for this, which is nice. But if you want to interact with this, you can actually connect to Web3 via your MetaMask wallet. Um, and like, say I want to summon a wizard or whatever they're called.
What?
Okay, that looks like the price has gone up a bit, maybe, or I don't. Let's see. Hold on, bear with me. But I'm just kind of showing a
Oh,
little.
I think if that was as many FTMs as I thought I said, I think the price has gone up more than a little bit.
So a summon. No, it's summon the class. That's what it is. This should be low. Yep. So I just summoned whatever class of Andre's game, the NFT. I think that's a wizard or a sorcerer, if I remember right. And that's so just like a little trick on how to like, and it's already confirmed on the blockchain. So, good to go. Now you can do like once the game is released, you'll be able to do more stuff. But I think that's what's leading to a lot of the action. So, uh, you know, again, back. we should probably hit on the main subject now of the day,
The Taro,
Taro.
yes. I
So,
haven't read I've read their GitHub almost 3 times now. It's just so brilliant.
oh
And
my
I have to
gosh,
ask you
I know.
something. When
Yes.
I see those percentages, is that because they're focused on the leveraged version of liquidity providing, or some of these percentages? It almost makes me think: are they behind like everything on Spirit or Spooky, or am I reaching too far?
Um, Tell me
Have they
more
like
what you
worked their
mean.
way in and created new functionality for Spirit and Spooky that wasn't there before Tarot?
Um,
Or is it something you
so
have to do on
yeah,
Tarot itself? Sorry, I keep asking
yeah.
too many questions.
Well, no, yeah, I'm like processing one, processing the second. No, those are good questions, but basically, so there's two really incredible things that are happening right now. NFTs aside, now let's get back to DeFi and what we're talking about tonight with Taro. So this protocol launched on Fantom. I think I got in at 14 cents or 16 cents, like 2 weeks ago or a week ago. Um, so it's absolutely blowing up in terms of price, right? Now, the other thing is that basically, if we go, I want to zoom in here. Yeah, so here's where we are now. And they're growing so fast that their TVL, so they're above 50 million. I think they're above 60 million now. Because the word is getting out of what you can do. So you can leverage your LP position on Fantom. So the cost is like super cheap, right? And then you can just go search and find a better APR to deleverage, get out, go back in and manage your risk. But these rates are crazy. So it's going to continue to attract capital to a system that's already blowing up like crazy. And the market cap for Taro is like, we just had this up, didn't we? It's like, I can go to CoinGecko. I want to say it was like $10 million. Well, there's Fantom right there, hot, hot off the press. But Arrow, okay,
42% up over the last 24 hours.
it is unbelievable. At a market cap of $12 million, we're talking about something with just launching over 60 million. And right, I mean, any comments on that? I guess, or anything I should answer? I'm just blown away
I,
with how
I
well
just
designed the protocol is.
took the words out of my mouth. I'm staying blown away. And so in every protocol is like total value locked, almost like the same way you could borrow. It's like a very similar percentage. Um, it's how much is locked is very healthy. It's very strong. It helps stabilize the price, helps push up the price, but it's not so much that it makes me worry about being over leveraged. I think that's by design. I feel like they're total value locked. This is just instinct. This is me going off the cuff. I apologize if I'm going through something weird that doesn't make sense, but
No, no worries.
the percentage they have locked is very reminiscent of what you would see on a healthy collateralized loan in crypto. I
Yeah,
don't think
I
that's
think
an accident that those two numbers feel very similar.
yeah, I think I'm in alignment with what you're saying. I think in terms of what like the point you're making. I'm just trying to click through the docs here. So I'd suggest that people read these docs and try to understand them best they can. I did want to urge a word of warning, um, to be careful. So I think they've grown so fast, and this would actually be to, if anybody from Fantom, the foundation sees this, or from Taro, or from anywhere that could help to protect Taro. They're really kind of becoming a like an incredible success story, and it's grown so fast that I would hate to see something like, we see not a rug pull, but like an exploit or like something happen here, and that could really,
Yes.
I think, harm Fantom. So they're
I
growing so
mean,
fast
just think about what
that
happened with one of the other protocols the other day. They were just
Tomb Finance
slightly off on a percentage point. Someone figured out how to
exploit
exploit a
the
percent or two,
gatekeeper.
and
Yeah.
and they and someone fudded about it. Instead of it being a
Oh,
simple fix, it
extreme.
panicked people, and
Yep.
it was a tiny little error that, if brought up appropriately, could have just been fixed, and then FUD kind of sent it uh, plunging down when it was such a minor little thing to get fixed.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And so like it, yeah. And if this, if you want to talk more about this with us, obviously, by all means, join us in our Discord. That's where we live, the Crypto Cave. But so what they're saying is check out their Discord because their subgraph sync is actually not currently synced. So this is what I was going to say as a word of warning. If you are going to engage with this protocol, well, two things. Hopefully something or someone from the Fantom Foundation can help them because I think they're just a little bit overwhelmed, to be quite frank, and understandably. Imagine that much capital flowing into your protocol right away. But so these numbers may not be accurate in real time. And that's why they've got this like alert here saying, hey, you got to pay attention. So I would be very wary of entering this now. And I can show you how I'm doing it. It's kind of like a total, I guess, crypto DeFi degen way to manage it. But I wouldn't necessarily suggest anyone do that unless they feel really comfortable. But
It's kind of like you're spending some time leveraged liquidity farming, and I am not.
yeah, while this alert is up here, and well, you know what? Why don't I just show you what I'm doing actually? Because so like these are still accurate. Spooky Swap and Spirit Swaps analytics. And so what I can tell is that the liquidity is actually, I mean, look at this steady ascent in terms of liquidity. And we also have the prices for each token, right? And that's what makes up an LP pair. And then on Taro, when you're leveraging an LP pair, there's a price and it has to stay within a certain range. Otherwise your position becomes liquidatable. And that's what you want to avoid. And so that's why not having it synced for your information right here is kind of like flying
You don't
in
know
the
where
dark.
to set the stops. You don't know where to set the alarms to be like, if it changes in value more than this, I need to exit so that I win instead of lose. And if
You
something's
got it.
taking off, like I very carefully chose Phantom and Boo as my first thing to put together because I noticed that they tended to move somewhat together. I mean, after sometimes Phantom was ahead, sometimes Boo would catch up, sometimes Boo would fall back down. But when you have to put two things against each other, them kind of staying balanced was important. But I don't have to stay in a specific range because I'm not
You're not
leveraged.
leveraged.
So it's yeah.
Yes. So, and that's actually a really good point. I don't know if you want me to explain it or you could go on about that, but like what you're getting at is kind of two things here: impermanent loss. So in DeFi, when you are a liquidity provider, you expose yourself to something called impermanent loss, and then when you go to somewhere like Taro and you leverage it up, now you're exposed to being liquidated. So that's what you
Do
were
you
you
want me to
were
explain the non leveraged a bit more, and then you can explain leverage more because I don't truly understand how you can get liquidated. I like take
Sure,
the
sure,
baby step and you take it to the advanced. Does that sound good?
sure. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so like for example, one day Phantom moves up say 20%, but Boo moved up 15. Uh, you're actually staking them as a pair, and they will always be 50-50. So at one point, I was up 18% on one and 10% on the other, and it averages to actually being 14% up between the two because I lost some on one, gained the other, and it's because they're always staying equal. Okay,
Yeah,
so like if a lot of people are like, "Oh, put it against a stable coin, it's better against a stable coin." Well, sorta, because like if I had ETH against USDC, and it rose up 20% yesterday. Well, 20% off of the above the range that it was in anyway. So it goes up 20%. And if I was in ETH against USDC, I only went up 10% because the USDC stayed flat while ETH went up. However, and this is part of the stability part that's kind of nice, let's say ETH went down 20%. Well, you only lose 10% because you're against USDC. So it depends on where you're at and how it works. So if that made sense, carry forward to the leverage version of that.
Okay. Yes, it made sense. And why don't I pull this up here? So, because if you are interested in this, you might want to rewatch this, and actually then go to the docs here. And as you can see, docs.taro.to, but borrowers. So they're saying you should periodically monitor your current leverage and liquidation prices, and it shows you a nice window. But basically, what it comes down to is your whatever is available in the market in terms of what's been supplied. You can borrow and leverage up to like, I think 6.5 times or something around there. The higher leverage you go, the tighter the band that you have to stay in. So if you just, like did a 3x, you're less likely to get liquidated than a 6x, but nonetheless, it's still very something you need to be aware of. But if you take a look at the screen, avoiding liquidation. So here's how, really, you just got to read the documentation. Monitoring and staying aware of things is the best way to do it. And right now, where they've got this alert hit there, where it's really hard. So what I've been doing is just literally manually, like I said, going into the LP pairs themselves and looking at the price changes, calculating what the price is to try to stay in the game here, because it's it's a great time to be, but it's also very risky too. So you just got to be aware of that. And that's all I'd say as far as like follow up on that, because now see, I just refreshed the screen. We're probably going to see some different numbers here in a moment. I think FTM actually went up.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing when I refresh one of those screens. The rising bar on the right is how much total value is locked, and it's on fire, and which is awesome to be in. But the reason why we say not financial advice, other than the fact that we legally really have to, is because it is dangerous. What flies up could fly down. This is something to be careful with. This is not something to put a bunch of your portfolio in. This is something to be careful with. It's when it's not just investing. When you're playing with these LPs, you're not just trading the pair and what's in them. You're also trading LP. What's better changes from minute to minute sometimes, and sometimes for the better. So when there's more volatility,
you really got to be aware. I think what your point, right? You got to stay on top of it. So
it's not like the safety. It's not your savings account that you can leave alone for 2 years and hope you get a few bucks. Because you might get that today.
Well, are we talking U.S. dollars or crypto? Because we go down a different route there, and the value of your purchasing power
everywhere. There's risk everywhere.
So why don't we kind of close up then on back to this. We just wanted to highlight the incredible success of the Taro team, the protocol, the booming Fantom ecosystem, Crypto Cave, the community. We're growing actually faster than we had anticipated. We talked about our overwhelming response to launching a governance token on an L2 or basically a scalable chain where it's cheap on Twitter. So thank you all for that. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, please share, please ask questions. All of our video ideas, I think, have come from members so far, and changes to the community also. So thank you for those that have interacted so far. It's been very helpful. So yeah, I'd say we're that's all we wanted to share tonight. Unless I'll leave you with the closing note.
No,
Trading Nichols.
that's golden. Let's go. Let's get them to
Perfect.
get their sleep before Monday morning if they're in America.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it, and hope to see you again. Remember, there's a 7-day free trial in the Crypto Cave, so come check us out if this resonates with you, and we will see you in there. Cheers.
Trade safe.